Crossroads. Hey there. Now you can hear me. This thing's still set up from the last time when Scotty was on here talking and reading off a passage. Change this thing back, I think, somehow. I don't know. Find a way. No, that's not it. I must have something on. Let's try this. See if. Hey, look at that. Just scrunch it down. All right, there we go. Okay, welcome. This is the release 149 update live stream, and probably do some work on the live stream this time as well. So, actually, had to be reminded. Thank you, Allium, that the live stream was due to start because I was so involved in what I was actually working on. So, yeah, you know how it is. So here we go. Let's see if I could get some of the boilerplate out of the way. This is Shroud of the Avatar. We're a free-to-play multiplayer online game, and we have had 149 sequential monthly releases for the last 12 plus years. And this month we released a few additions to existing dungeon rooms that the players can now add fire elementals to, and a bunch of other stuff in the crown store and things like that. So we'll talk about some of that stuff, and we'll talk about things that are coming up in the next release or two as well. So if you don't know about the game, go to shroudoftheavatar.com. You can download the client there, or you could go onto Steam and get the client there as well. The game is free to play. We do have a cash shop and crown stores type of stuff going on in the game. If you want to support the game, you can subscribe to the game as well. There are 3 different tiers for subscriptions, starting at $9 and going up to $27. Okay, so pot upgrades. I have a question here. So pot upgrades work. So I believe is yeah, this month is I think the Crown Store. I'm sorry, Kodo upgrades for the pots. So POTs or pots are player-owned towns. Just gonna start there for those who don't know. And this game has the ability to basically assign a zone to a player as the governor, and they could modify it, and they could bring in some stewards to help decorate and make changes in their POT. They can invite other players to live in their town. They can put out lot markers so players can claim lots, and so on and so forth. Those the POTs can be the smallest one is oh geez, what is that called? Not Crossroads. I think that's the next one up, right? Let's go over there. Actually, bring this up on screen. It's a long way around for the answer, huh? Yeah, hold fast. That's it. And I just want to bring it up on screen though. Okay, so there we go. So player on town. So the smallest one is currently $700, and that can be these. They could be upgraded from there. So if you have a holdfast, you could upgrade to a hamlet or a village or so on and so forth. And the upgrade cost is the difference in price between these two at this point. So so it's roughly what $300, $400 to go from a holdfast to a hamlet. So now the question I am sure is specifically. Yeah, hamlet. A hamlet is a medieval term for a very small village. So, um, the question I'm sure is about upgrading the POT with crowns, crowns of the Obsidians, which is our in-game currency. Uh, Of course, there's gold in the game, but this is the in-game cash shop type of stuff. And where is it? Add-ons. We'll go there real quick and show you there. So you could get Crowns of Obsidians. You could get these in game if you play and mine in the game and so on. You can get Crowns of the Obsidian to drop there, and over a period of time, you can actually get quite a few of those. In addition to the fact that you could get crowns off of other players, these are not account bound, so they can be traded, sold for gold, things along those lines. The only thing that we don't support is real money transactions. So if there's any of that going on, we don't want to see it, hear it, or know about it. Otherwise, you could actually get in trouble for that. Now, so if you have a POT and you want to upgrade, you could do it via crowns or you could do it via cash. And I am going to, well, we're on this one here, so let's go. Oh, actually, no, I can't do that. Right now in Discord, let's see if I can bring this up. I have not vetted my Discord screen, so I don't want to just throw that up on the monitor. But if you go to Discord, there's a thumbtack up there for pinned messages. And the second message down is a spreadsheet. That would be this one here. And the second tab is the POT Kodo upgrades chart. So this will show you the conversion between money and crowns and the current size of your town and the next size up and everything. So if you just look on the chart, you can see it's $400 if you do it in cash, and it's 40,000 kodos if you do it in crowns of the Obsidian. Currently, I believe we have make sure. Oh yeah, sleep does not come easily while I'm doing release work. Just go here. And normally I do the stuff before the stream as well. This is not the right one. So let's see here. Yep, there it is. And sale events for this month are, in fact, 30% off on the Crown Store in the game. So we run cyclic sales in there, and they're normally 20% off. They'll be 30% off. And of course, the Crowns of the Obsidians on the website are currently on sale for 20% off. And the POT upgrades are 20% off if you upgrade via Kodos. So if you have the Kodos, that's even great. So you go and basically reach out to support, send an email to support at shroudtheavatar.com, and let them know that you have a POT. Let them know what the name of the POT is, what your primary character is, and your account is in the game, so we know who we're talking to and stuff. You need to go up onto the website and get a voucher to do the upgrade. I think you have to do the upgrade, voucher, right? Yeah, major change. But basically start off with sending an email to support at shroudtheavatar.com, and Lainey will help you along the lines, help you along the way, get that all set up and everything, and you could confirm the price with Lainey. So this is the chart that we're referencing as well. So this will so if you were going to, as I said, from a holdfast to a village or whatever, yeah, there you go. That's what I wasn't sure about that one. So if you're going from a holdfast to a village, then it would be do this across the line. So that would be 80,000. I think, right? Yeah. And Swords Village. I don't know. I got this all screwed up. Lainey does this stuff. She knows it really good. So basically, what you want to do there is reach out to support and let them know, and she'll confirm the amount of kodos that you need, and then she'll arrange a meetup in game to trade off the kodos and get you on your way to doing the form and upgrading the POT. So if there, as Allium has just said in chat, if there are any additional changes that need to be made to the POT, like if you're going to change the name, the biome, or anything along those lines, then that would require a voucher to be purchased on the website. But just to upgrade it, all you have to do is actually reach out to support if you're going to do it via Kodos. If you're going to upgrade it via cash, then you could do it right on the website. So yeah, again, long way around, but there you go. That should do it. So um, yeah, that's right. Yeah, so if you're going to go from a hold fast to a village, it's 79,900 crowns. Yeah. So I just wanted to get myself straight. So I forget, you have to just go across and it shows you all the upgrade prices if you were going to go from that size. So if you upgrade from a hold fast this month to a village, and then let's say next month you want to upgrade from a village to a metropolis, so that that way you just go down and look at the grid and all that neat stuff. So okay, so in general, it can, and I say can because depends on when you submit the change and when you lock your form and confirm the update. Today being the 1st of May, if you were to do that anytime over the next 14 days, then there is an extremely high probability that it would go in on our next release, which is scheduled for June 1st. And that won't be a problem. But if you get if you decide to upgrade or get your form in late in the month, then it may not get done for the next release. So in general, it will go for the next patch. Alrighty, so get this out of the way, and okay. Oh, you're most welcome. And sorry if my brain is kind of like in 15 million different directions right now, so well, it's not exactly unusual for me to be this whacked out like this anyway. So, yeah. Let's see. Let's see if there's any other questions. It doesn't look like it. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So, well, I'm just gonna jump right into this. Is that I am currently in my test dungeon, and I have placed the spawning versions of all 3 rooms. So things are kind of dark. There's some stuff I still want to fix a lot of stuff and make some changes. So as I noted in the release notes, as you can see here, the statue looks as expected when I come down here now, but when I place it, it actually is opposite. And I got to figure that one out. Those of you who were watching my work on the spider room, I spent like over an hour trying to figure out what the hell was going on with the spider statue. The default prefab we have set up for this is not set up right, so I actually have to go fix it. And actually, I think I got the spider one corrected, so I should probably just go copy the spider one and then change the statues out, and it should be fine. But so this is the luckily I'm in God mode. This is the small lava fishing grotto, and have a number of fire elementals who decided to move in here and hang out. This is level 1, the level 1 totem. So this room has got a good number of mobs in it. And So this is something you guys probably haven't seen before. The mobs will now be able to chase you from room to room. Of course, uh, this is actually a um, something that had to be fixed for a long time, or it's been waiting to be fixed for a long time, and it is a fix that has to be done room by room. So it's going to take a little bit of time to get this completely set up properly, where the mobs will be able to chase you um, up till their actual rubber band point when they get their leashing. But yep. So no more hanging out just outside of the room and exploiting that. Yeah, we won't be able to do that anymore. So, and let's see what else we got here. We got this other room. Oh no, did I put down two of the same room? I must have put down two of the same room. I thought I put down all three different rooms. Okay, so a new mob. Yeah. Oh well, I mean, this is the mob behavior is new. That's one thing that's going on here. But yeah, we actually do have some new mobs coming in. But you're just gonna have to wait and find out about what those are when they happen. Um, on these rooms, and this is one of the things I do not want to do, is I'm not going to give you a walkthrough of everything here, but just to show you that the mobs are in here, and because the fire elementals are mainly missile attacks, they don't tend to wander around a lot, but um, as you can see, they are actually wandering as they're supposed to when they do wander. And so for the most part, I think this is pretty good. There are things in here that I'd like to fix, but like that, see that room there? They're stuck there because it's not set up right yet. Um, and also, you'll notice that there's this um, gap down here between the foyer and the room, and that's actually because this is a different set. It's supposed to have a connector that goes from the marble set um, to the cave set, so that's why you get a little bit of that. Um, might be able to fix that up a little bit better in things coming in. But I do have a patch that I'm ready to build now. So sometime overnight, maybe tomorrow morning, there'll be a patch coming in that just nothing major, just some additional store items that we didn't get in during the original prep for the deployment. Uh, these items won't be ready until after um, these are the subscriber rewards ones, so they don't go in for 10 days. So basically, it's just a patch to get those in there and get them ready. And then there's refinements for these rooms. Some of the one of the rooms had an issue with connecting on one of the connection points, and then things like that. Once that uh, patch goes live, those fire elementals should come out into the foyer. So, Spider Room, still everything is fixed there except for those two levels with the nav mesh. I have to rewrite the code for the nav mesh because it's only applying one level for some reason. That and the density, the amount of the graph size is too large. So there's certain areas like that little triangle platform up on, was it the second or third floor, whichever that is. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. There's that triangle little days thing up there. And when I run the nav mesh and I go look at it, and that day is just has like one little triangle on it, and that's why if anything spawns on it, it just stands there because it thinks that there's no place it could go. So that's all nav mesh now, at least. Everything else should be okay. I do have one other, everything's spawning within the rooms now. except for possibly the one in the boss room that's up like kind of in the ceiling. That's because the nav mesh is pushing it out. It's kind of like the pets on your property in the game. If we have an item that's got a bug in it or whatever, it'll push your pets and stuff off the lot. So anyway, with that said, I know what to do there. It was just a matter of getting to it. It's everything here that we're working on takes time, sadly, at this point. No easy fixes anymore. I think we're down to the more complicated stuff. Um, and but we're getting there. So yes, the spider room. In fact, the spider room also I have to do the same type of correction for the placement collision, so that way the things will be able, the spiders will be able to leave the room properly. That type of stuff. So yep, more to come. More to come. Um, Actively working on that type of stuff. So in fact, let me switch over and just show you that I am currently working on the lava lake room. That is next up. Since I'm doing the other ones, I want to get this done so I could do the spawns for it. I'm on the opposite side of the room. So this is one, so you can see here, this is the type of thing that you're going to see all throughout. I have to get this done, and this is all custom mesh work, and then this will basically be one big giant long mesh that will go for all the lava flow all the way across, um, and then have waterfalls of lava going in here. So I just have to finish all that up, and that's what I was working on today to get this done, so we get rid of these creases. This is just not good. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'll just do it in one mesh, and it should be in good shape after that, I think. And once that's done, I have a few more VFX things to do, and then I'll be able to get these going. Oh, yeah, okay. All right. That is interesting. Why didn't that change? Oh, I see. I can switch over here. Here you go. Hey, look. Now you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, so here. Now I gotta get back on the other side again, I think. Yeah. So there. So I've been working on this lava waterfall, lava fall, lava flow right there. So I still have a lot of work to do on it. This is not stuff that's done in 5 minutes. That's the problem here. If I want it to look good, I'm doing the basic shaping here, and getting it to I'm stretching the mesh out to be where it needs to be, and then I'll have to take this into like 3ds Max and add more vertex to it, vertices, and then that way I could get the lava to look proper on here as well, as making it less boxy. I don't, boxy's not good for that. Boxy's okay when it's in the trough, but not, you know. So what I was pointing out here where you couldn't see it is this, where we have like these seams along here. My goal is to eliminate those or make them look a little bit more natural. And this is going to be the hardest one because I got this lava. Lost my mouse. This lava here is heading to the right, and then this lava over here is heading to the left, and then it's supposed to actually go down there. The same thing over here. There's another one over here. So I have to figure out how to split all that up properly and all that type of deal. But this up here, this will end up being one piece of lava going all the way from the waterfall all the way down, coming down to here, and then linking into this. So at minimum, it'll go all the way up to this point here, and then I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do with this. But as I was saying, it's all VFX now, so I get the VFX done, and then I have some little bit of mesh work to do. for the rocks and things along those lines. But making good progress on this room. And then when this comes out, I should be able to release um, both the room and um, uh, the spawning version of the room at the same time. Ugh, so, a cool fireplace. Um, hmm, I'm not sure where. I'm assuming you're saying that it looks like it would be a coal fireplace or something, but I'm not sure where that is. What exactly it was they were looking at. But yeah, I mean, this place is huge, so again, this is taking a long time to get done. But I think it's coming out really nice. So, um, I recently made changes in the editor, so that way when I'm doing this editing, it's bright, so it's not dark in here. In the game, it will not be anywhere near as bright as this. So anyway, that's what I was working on, and I was actually kind of like in the zone when it was like 3:58. So, oh God. All right, so let's see. We'll go back to the game, I think. Yep. All right. So, um, yeah. So let's see. This is a new mob as far as the player dungeons are concerned, and the fire elementals. Uh, we only have, geez, I think a total of 3 or 4 levels of fire elementals in the game. Um, and that's the T levels and B levels, that type of thing. Um, so I took the opportunity to start charting things out. This is basically the very, very basic start of mob balance. Obviously the players and mobs and skill sets, it's all tied together, so it's not something I could just go and fix the mobs and say, okay, it's done. But in this case, because the player dungeons don't play by the same rules as the adventure zones, um, I was able to go in here and start saying, okay, this is what I want the mobs to be. So we set up the curve, got all the levels in there, and then I selected the ones that I want to put into the dungeon rooms, the different levels of bosses and stuff like that. So um, there is actually a total of 21 different levels of or tiers of fire elemental that I can put into the game as of today, and 10 levels of boss. So the um, uh, the long term thing, the long term goal would be to put these in the adventure zones as well. So the question, thanks. It's 2 feathers actually. Um, the question here is, was the lava room an adventure zone dungeon or a player dungeon room? This is a player dungeon room. So, yes, it is. This is actually the way all of the whole game should be this way, meaning that even if I don't have them in the game, I should have them the ability to have them charted out. So if I ever have a circumstance or a special situation, uh, or a wave battle type of situation, I want to be able to do this and have it where the player goes in there and maybe it's like, oh, this is easy, and then all of a sudden it starts getting harder and harder and harder. So, and that's basically what's going to go on here. I've seen some comments in the game so far, and I'm really looking forward to hearing feedback on the power of these fire elementals. I don't I don't have 100% ability to gauge it just on paper between what the players can do and what my algorithm is now doing. So we'll have to see how that works out. I have to tweak those things a little bit here and there. So um, Yeah, and then as I said, once I know for sure that the mobs are working properly and everything, then I could migrate some of this into adventure zones, which obviously opens up some good possibilities for some new stuff. So, um, yes, actually, just the fact that the enemies can follow you from room to room, and of course, keeping in mind that this is not 100% fixed yet, because like I said, I have to fix each room to make that work properly, because basically they weren't set up well properly. And I know that in the past, some of the devs, the coding devs, actually were fighting this via script. They thought that there were programming issues. And I still think there's some stuff in code that needs to be tweaked because I got one script that I've been working on, and but it's not in yet. And without that, making some adjustments to the way the rooms link together, uh, just in the prefabs alone, is actually fixing it. So, um, if not anything else, it's really the fact that it's a I would say it's there's like terms for this. It's very jiggery, and you have to you know you have to know. It's like almost like an apprenticeship thing, You have to know all the little details because there's nothing written out about this, and it's not anything that anybody's documented. Like it's not in the code where it's obvious where things have to match up exactly this way or whatever. So what I'm hoping is that down the road I will be able to make it a little bit more um, uh, um, modular. And this is not on your side, because for you it is modular already. But the thing is that if we code it, or I shouldn't say we code it, but if we take the prefab and we put it together and we have it shifted off by a half meter or something, then it's not going to line up properly, and then you'll have all sorts of problems. So visibly it might look good, but then the mobs won't go room to room. So yes, it definitely has made things a little bit more difficult, which is really the intention. And there is I always want to say rubber banding, a leash. There's a leash distance on these things, but the leash distance is definitely enough that they'll follow you for some time before they decide to go home. So, yeah, I'm actually happy with this. This is the way this should be, and the game should be in a situation where uh, things will get harder as you go along, even if you weren't dragging mobs with you from room to room, and then all of a sudden you have 50, fire elementals or whatever trying to fillet you live. Um, Even if you go into one room, and you should be able to be challenged, and not just go in there and have your pet wipe everything out in 5 seconds. So that's the hope here, is that we're on the right path to correct that, and that's where I'm definitely looking for feedback from everybody for these mobs, and see how they start to stack up against the current player builds and the current player levels. Um, so we'll see what happens with that. All right. So, all right, we're getting close to. We got about 10 more minutes before I should do a drawing, and then we'll get that going. Ah, sorry. So let me see. I'm gonna head over to uh, hometown for a minute. Then I'll stop on by over to Castle Atos. One question over there, I guess, is if people are starting to gather in Castle Atos, you should probably um, let people know in universe that you're trying to get the the buff up to a high level. When I get over there, I'll check that out, see where that's at. Okay, so question from Stymie. Can I improve the dungeon interface so it's easier to enlarge a dungeon more than one point at a time? I would love to. Yes, actually, I need to write that down actually because there's, as I'm sure you all know, there are hundreds of things that all need to be done all at the same time. Loads of quality of life improvements. I can't use the sheet. This is for something else. Where's my book? One moment, please. There we go. Myself organized a little bit. Okay, let's see. This is, yeah, all right. Um, and sorry, just gonna write that out. So when you bring that up immediately, it's like, okay, yeah, we have that's only one point at a time. Then, like even on the website, that you can't put multiple things into a cart. It's like just purchasing one thing at a time. Same thing in the Crown Store. You know, if you wanted to go and click off a couple of things or whatever, or even do multiple quantities of things, there's no way to do it. So. Um, Unless something mysteriously changed and I didn't notice it. Uh, yeah, all those things need it. And of course, it's all separate stuff that has to be touched, looked at, figured out, and done because the code is not centralized. But definitely, I agree with that. And I think it needs to be done. So I wrote it down, which means I'll be able to go in there. I'll spend at least 15 minutes looking at the code sometime during this month and see if it's something I could easily do. And if I can, then I will do it. If it's not easy, then I will still do it, but it's going to take some time. So, you know. All right. Now, um, I don't know about anything about promises. I don't make promises. And no, we don't have any dates on anything. This is whenever I'm looking at stuff, I look at stuff. But, yep. No, we are no longer doing that. That's why, because of some of the, well, we'll just say yahoos that are out there, who like to proselytize about things like this. We no longer put out the state of the game type of releases in the beginning of the year. Uh, I'll tell you this is what we're planning on doing, and that's it. So, I mean, as it is now, you guys know I'm working on Unity 6, and yeah, that's it. I promise that I will not make promises. Um, Unity 6 is a big deal, so there's no way I'd be able to promise timelines on anything because that's going to take precedence. And I am in the middle of doing things. I gotta fix problems so that way I could get up to 6, and that's what I've been doing. So um, there are systems that have to be updated. We don't really have a choice in the matter because 6 won't support the packages that we have installed, so we have to migrate to new packages, and I have to prep for that stuff because to convert to get to it, I have to eliminate some things that are deprecated. So it's a long story. Um, well, Bella, it's like it's not if it happens, it happens. It'll happen when it happens because all the stuff that I say I want to do that I know I can do, I will do. But it's when it gets done is the thing, right? So only so many hands, only so many eyes, only so many brain cells before I have to sleep. Um, Well, not really. I mean, AI can help a little bit, but the thing is, it's like, if you go in, I'd feel comfortable asking AI questions, which I have to say, yeah, I do, you know, um, And but I'm not gonna give AI my code and say, here, go code the stuff and fix it, because I mean, that's just not a good idea. Uh, I know how to code, so I've seen it already in the past where one of those the AI programming bots will code up a thing, and I look at it and I'm like, um, yeah, you didn't do this, and why did you do that, and where's this, and it's so yeah. Well, yeah, that's true too. AI is not ready for our workload. Yeah, we're basically rebuilding the game from the inside out. Um, you know, and So, I mean, you guys have seen it over the last couple of years. We've touched on the graphics, we've touched on the performance, um, and I mean, even down to building prefabs and everything. We have better processes now and everything. But I still, if I had a team size of what Portalarium had, uh, I could do some real damage here. This would really be a great situation. So, yeah, my personal opinion actually is that AI is a bubble, and it's going to burst. Yes, I mean you can see it now. I mean, it's like, uh, I mean, Microsoft for a minute said they were going to pull AI out, right? That was it, the Cortana or whichever one it was that they call it now. And then of course they kind of did, but they didn't. I think they added AI to Notepad or something. I'm not even sure what it was because I don't use any of that stuff. And yeah, I saw some things out there that they kind of pulled it out of one application, but then they snuck it back in another way because they're primarily using the AI to farm you for data. So yes, they think that they can convert their company into Google and rely on advertising to make their money. So, um, and oh yeah, is it Copilot now? Yeah, all right. Copilot, Cortana, whatever you want to call, the stuff. It's all the same garbage. Because basically, you're giving them permission to collect your data, which is sad. We don't collect any data. In fact, Tesla is stressed that he's like, that's you should put that out there because we don't track you. We don't even use was it Google AdSense or the tracking cookies and stuff like that. We don't do any of that. If there's any cookies on our website, it's purely just for the session stuff, and that's it. We don't use it for anything. Um, but same along the same lines, we don't keep your credit card information. If you do a subscription, it's that you're literally setting up the subscription through the credit card provider, and that's all like a system now where there's a flag and like a, a certificate key that we get, and the bank controls that, not us. So if anybody broke in, they wouldn't have anything to get. And that was forward thinking on the part of Tesla. So I, definitely kudos to him for doing that. Uh, so anyway, yeah, I heard about that too. Google's kind of backed out of that stuff, and was it there was an expiration date on it or something, like so they promised something up to a certain date and they changed after that. So. But anyway, I mean, that's it. You're probably, I know I am, seeing a ton of Linux videos now. And of course, Linux, with Linux getting more visibility, uh, more, I want to say, more exposures are being discovered, as of late. But it's still a way safer operating system, and Jesus, what 1/10,000th of the footprint of Windows, so it's still way faster and way better optimization. All right, I'm gonna have to start running uh, looking to see. Ah, yeah, here we go. Look at this over here. I'm gonna have to run the prize bot. Okay, so let me just get us some light here. And this month we have a lot of allium items. So we have the Shogun, the ornate Shogun gazebo and guard tower. And there's other variances of these guard towers and gazebos that are going to be coming, I think, in on the 8th of May. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not well versed in that. If Alim is still in chat, she could probably explain that better. Scotty would be the one, of course. Scotty would be the one to talk about all that. But I do believe it has something to do with those uh, that theory of operation. That's why there's multiple layers and stuff. Um, but and then we have the uh, is the Tory. Yeah, Tories. I think that's the right name. We have two different size Tories that are in the store. There's a one, yeah, one is in now, and the other one will be in on the 8th. And not this large one, but there is a smaller one, Merrick, that will fit in. And of course, these are traditionally used as gateways into serene or sacred areas. So as you're going through, your that's where you're supposed to start, have that feeling of peace and serenity and stuff like that. But these can really do well in the Asian-based areas, like Jade, uh, XXX, Jade Valley, Jade, all the Jade places, um, where these can be put on the various outskirts of town. So I like them. They came out nice. Oh, and then I think this next release, I think we are working on the recipes and updating the more of the chimney stuff. There's a lot of pieces to touch, so this is kind of like when we get some time where we do a few of them. So uh, hopefully in our 150 you'll see some of that stuff, but no promises. There you go. All right, let me head over to Castle Atos, and I'll get the prize bot going. So if you haven't yet, type into any in-game chat the prize phrase, which is what is it again? May 1 something something something. Oh, I had to read it twice before I typed it in. Uh, oh, not May 2, of course, Merrick. How did I know that was going to be Merrick? May 1, please win. Yes. There you go. May 1, please win. I can't type it in because then it'll actually put me into the thing. So, games, we can see what's going on. And yes, we have a group of folks hanging out by the fire. So, how's our buff looking? Let's see what it is. We are at mighty. Pretty good. Come sit down and hang out with you guys. Nope. And let me start setting up that prize bot. Look, we're actually on time. here. Get that going. We'll go into other stuffs. Oh, yeah, I still need to do this too. So, all right, hold on a second. I have to update something. I knew I forgot. Got allergy stuff going on. No, we didn't want that. There it is. All right. May 1, please win. All right. That. Okay. As soon as it says my script is updated, then I'll be able to run the thing. Of course, we haven't picked out prizes yet either, so we have to do that too. I still have yet to do the social media stuff. I'll do that. Got a lot of things to do. Nice outfit, B. Yeah, we are. All right, now let's run this thing and see if it works this time. As I recall, last month it was giving us lip. All right, so while I'm waiting for this to happen, if anybody has any questions or stuff, we could do some Q&A while we're doing this all the way through. Stuff. Come on, hurry up. Oh. This might take a while. That issue we had with the website definitely affected a bunch of stuff, and the prize bot, not only does it check the in-game chat to see if anybody said the phrase, uppercase, lowercase, doesn't matter, it looks for that, and so it'll catch all those things. It also looks on the website. Is one of the things has always been that if you spend $5 or more on the website, so if you bought Kodos in the last, since midnight, or if you got an extra character slot, I'm going to say, because I think that's 5, might be 4. But yeah, if you spend $5 or more on the website, then you're automatically entered into the raffle thing as well, into the drawing. Um, and right now, I think it's trying to talk to the website. It's just taking longer than usual, so we'll have to see what happens with that. Murphing all the way says, why are some green arrows on containers that say steal all? I do not know. That sounds like it might be a bug. So if you see any of those and you could grab a slash bug on that so we get the LOC, file that in the bug forums, that would be cool. So we could take a look at it and see what's going on. Because I believe those are supposed to be red, right? Okay. So progress on chapter 2 is progress. um, Sanyo has 2 zones to complete for that, and the zones take at least 3 to 4 months apiece. So we kind of let him go at his pace. Um, in the past, in the past, all the devs were being rushed through stuff. So I spent like, geez, 2 years trying to convince everybody on the team that, uh, it's quality over quantity. So right now, that's where we're at with that. Sanyo is working on the last 2 zones. I could say I think they're 2 different cities that face each other on 2 islands, type of thing. But can't really say too much more about it because I don't want to give away things. Okay, all right. So, okay, finally started doing things. See, yeah, I still have the same problem from last month. You have to rewrite this script too. Okay, there are prizes. I'm just gonna drag these out there, and then I gotta run one more of these. Something changed and it doesn't talk to our chat server anymore. So I gotta find out what's broken there now too. So let's see. Yeah, they are. Excuse me. I think I broke my own record for lack of sleep this last week. Last night I got 2.5 hours. But right after release was done, I went to bed and slept. I think it was 16 hours. I have one of those beds that tells you how well you did and all that. And it said 145% of my desired sleep time. Yeah, that was kind of nice. But of course, I woke up from that with a backache, and I still felt tired anyway. So as it is now, I'm hungry and tired. I have to go out and get something to eat after this. Okay, so let's see, where are we now? This thing finished. It's still in that, so let's go. Yes. Okay. Got our winners. Okay. Let's see. We'll do a same. Oh, why do I have debug on? Turn that off. Now I can see what's going on. And right. Yeah, look at this, all this winter stuff on sale. What's up with that? All right. Well, our prizes will be a viable balloon cluster. Two. Dark Gothic, that thing, curl, curl chair, diable. It's diable. Okay, let's see what else we got here. This is a Dark Gothic one. This one here. Hmm. Let's see, what else do we have that we could throw in here, huh? Gotta be something that doesn't have a lot of pieces, otherwise Laney will not be happy. Wait, you don't like creepy dollies? We'll oh, thank you about the doors. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Those doors are really, I've been wanting to do those for a long time. There's other one does like dungeon entrances and stuff that have been on the list of things to do, and you know, we'll come out with some variations on the doors as well. We've already talked about that. There will be crafted ones. And when I say ones, because originally we were thinking, all right, we got the one crafted one that we'll do, but I'm thinking that there'll probably be at least 3 craftables on that, because we have the different styles and things. So we started talking about a little bit about what we're going to do with that, and how to go about that. So um, and yeah, actually, well, I mean, we have um, the one. There is a lamp that just. I'm trying to think. I guess that's in a sub reward bundle, I think, this month. So there is a handheld lamp, that's a red one, the kind of the round one. That's a paper lamp. Uh, that's a handheld, and there's I think there's 2 or 3 different variations on that we're going to be doing in the near future, as well as I have to make some changes to the meshes so they can be handheld. Uh, well, no, actually, the handheld part probably still already be okay the way it is. But I gotta make changes to them so that they could actually be table lamps, that type of thing. So we'll get those all set up. Uh, yeah. So there'll be some. I mean, now of course the crafted doors that we're talking about, Bella, is going to be the for the teleporters, but that's not a bad idea. But the problem there, of course, is that all the doors we have are baked into houses and stuff. So it's not like you could go someplace and click a door into place and it'll work. So that might be a little bit more of a challenge. That's kind of like the um, wallpaper idea that was going around when back when Sanyo had done Port Harmony. We were talking well, it was even before that, but that conversation came up again around the time of Port Harmony about changing, having some options on changing colors of houses, the walls inside, and stuff like that. So still a lot of work to do. Might be able to do something with those. Let's see. Find something. All right, well, this is number 4. Okay. Let's do the an ornate brass. Yeah, I can't talk. The cash register. All right, and then that's actually it's 3. I thought it was 4. So that's probably really number 4. Kind of do this increasing type of thing, but outdoor decorations. Sets and stuff. Bloody handprints. Do we have bloody handprints? I know we got blood splatter. Hand caught in the door jam. All right, we'll throw an ornate. What do you guys want? You think a hot tub would be good? Ornate wooden hot tub. No, the lava one. Actually, I think the lava one is on the verboten list. So I think that was taken out of the store. Sorry, we got those. Huh. We'll do an ornate lava fish throne. We'll throw that in there. Sounds good. H lava throne. Now I gotta go look at the player housing. What's this one here? Have we done this one recently? The 5-story Wizard's Tower. Okay. All right, let's do a 5-story Wizard's Tower. Home. Okay. All right. So we got our prizes. Hopefully, I get to a point where I can start doing this stuff ahead of time. Yeah. Yeah. That way, the rest of the team could say, "No, those are bad ideas." Okay. So we'll read off the prizes and the winners now. Oh, yeah, I'm sure most people would like a deed, but I'd rather give away the houses. Oh, deed seems so, bland. Actually, this house is. I like this house. This is pretty nice. So, all right. Well, here we go. Our first prize is a Diable balloon cluster, and that will be going to Christ Pallid and Uthgar Krakenwolf. Then we have a Dark Gothic Curule chair, and that goes to Grolgar and Merrick Dragon. Then there is a ornate lava fish throne that will go to Casey and Wolfride Howig. Then we have an ornate brass cash register that goes to Feywen and Shatul Aventari. And finally, the grand prize is a 5-story Wizard's Tower village size home that goes to Thronwen and Aurelius Silverson. Congratulations to everybody who got their prizes. Yay! And those shall be delivered by the one, the only, the Laney. And if you're really lucky, she'll be doing that on live on stream or something. I understand that she's been doing that. So there you go. Congrats. All right, so let's before I fall asleep here in my chair, let's talk about some elephants. So one of these things, of course, the one that everybody's probably going to be talking about for some time is the fact that we are actually fixing the agriculture bugs, and one of them, of course, is an exploit that's been around for quite some time. This is the thing where you could nest planting pots over each other, and make. I think somebody out there calls it a honeycomb or something, but basically this is not intended, never was intended, and it was never accepted as being something that should be allowed. We just couldn't figure out, when I say we, the dev teams, the various dev teams, could not figure out the way to fix it. Alium and I sat down after recently it was coming up again, and there were actually things where people were being blocked on harvesting. So, as you guys know, um, you know, there are exploits, then there are exploits, and then there are exploits that affect the operation of the game. So when we have a problem that is now determined that that's what was causing this issue where people couldn't harvest, so it's got to be fixed. And It's been on the list of things to do for a long time. In fact, I sat down. Geez, what did I take about a week working on it at one point? I think it was last year. And I know that Chris has tried to do it in the past. I don't know if I don't know who else had actually made any attempts, but I know that there were attempts in the past to fix it, and nobody was successful. And it was this time around that Alium and I sat down together and started going through it, and we happened upon what the real problem was, and we corrected it, tested it. We know that the fix works, so we figured we'd let you guys know what was happening, at least one release ahead of time. So our planned deployment of the patch to fix this will be on June 1st, which gives plenty of time for anybody who's got plants out there that are currently gestating, growing, to get your harvests done, harvesting done, and then separate your pots, get them separated out. The intention, well, the thing that will happen is that once the patch is in place, you will not be able to plant in pots that are interlinked. So the best thing to do here would be to separate them now. As I said in the newsletter, that we have protection code in there and everything that it should allow you to water and harvest a plant once the patch is in, and but then after that happens, you won't be able to plant a new seed in one of those pots. So that's the intention. Now what we're going to do is we're going to put this on QA. We're going to, obviously in the middle of our sprint, we'll end up patching QA with that, and we'll have that code in place. So we'll make sure that there's a testing directive out, and ask everybody to go on QA and make sure that things act the way we expect them to. Going through all that neat stuff, and then that way, when it goes live on R150, you guys will know what to expect, and we'll be going forward from there. This is one of the two biggest agricultural exploits that have been going on in the game for quite some time. The other one, of course, is Sky Gardens, which is a term that players are given to that. I'm sure that those of you who know what they are, they know what they are. And I had a work stream, actually just about, I think it was April of last year. So I think it's about a year ago, where we talked about this briefly, and literally said that if the abuse continues, that we'd be forced to actually go in there and fix the bug, because we know what to do to fix it, but then that would be extremely intrusive. So, and um, actually, I think that Alphane was on that stream and said, "Okay, I won't do it then." So, um, and that's about where we are with that. But in the long run, obviously things like that need to be fixed because they are going to affect performance and things like that. It was never intended to have that many plants in such a small square footage. Oh man, excuse me. So yeah, Sky Gardens equal hideous eyesore. That's exactly what I would say. And the only reason why they're still allowed to progress on is because, of course, it would be a bunch of work to fix it, and the impact, on the game. Because if we fix the Sky Gardens, it's not going to be like, okay, guys, next month, we're going to make this patch, and then you won't be able to do that anymore. So, please take them down. No, if we fix the Sky Gardens, it's going to rip them out. So that's one of the reasons why I've been trying to hold off on that. And obviously the planting thing, as I said, we've taken stabs at it and we put it to the side. But then, as it became more and more obvious, and then of course recently more reports have come up where um, actual agriculture operations are blocked, it needed to be fixed. So um, that's where we are. Yeah, actually, Sky Gardens are technically a no-no. They again, it's not like I let's see, the Generation One dev team kind of like did that cringy face and said, well, and they just let it go. So and pretty much same thing happened with Chris. Said the same thing. It's like, well, it's basically what it comes down to is we're going to work on stuff that's going to actually affect the game big time. And I mean, if you go to Arteris, I don't know if the Sky Gardens are actually. I think a lot of the Sky Gardens fell over there, which is good. Because Arteris and Brittany Alleys are the two cities that are yeah, lag gardens exactly, and so a lot of lag in those two cities, and those sky gardens and other erections, erections, um, that certain players have decided to put up in place and everything to test the boundaries of the deco system, um, are not helping things. So as we clean things up, we may still have to get to that point. But right now, I'm not worried about the Sky Gardens because they're not actually causing an operational issue. But again, if players abuse them to the degree where it's causing CTDs, crash to desktop, or which in the past they have, and or if there's operational problems with agriculture related to them, which actually, I don't really know. We have not tested the impact of this code change that fixes the planting pots on Sky Gardens. So that might actually, there might be a side effect there where, that they might not work that way anymore. But I don't know. We'll see. Um, so, uh, all I could say is that I wouldn't recommend getting involved in it, making a hobby of making sky gardens, because eventually that's probably something that has to be addressed. Obviously, we want to attract more players to the game, and having things that look like that all over the place don't really help things. So, yeah. Okay, so and yeah, that is true. Belladonna says, pots with those things, it's up to the governors to manage that. And that is true to obviously a large degree. Again, we always reserve the right if it becomes an operational hazard, performance-wise, it becomes a black hole or causes crash desktops, things like that, or prevents harvesting or um, you know causes NPCs to jump off your lot, things along those lines. Then obviously we have to be able to fix those things and do what has to be done. Um, but in the meantime, it is an acknowledged exploit. It's not actually uh, intended game operation. So just keep that in mind. So the exploit rules are out there in writing. Um, Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, slow computers. Okay, so let's see here. Yeah, so that's obviously the big one, and I know that there's going to be some crunchiness over that, and sorry about that, guys. But as I said, when issues start to become impactful, then we have to do something about it. So, and this one, we could have we in theory we could have been sitting here spinning our wheels on this for another month or two trying to figure out what to do to fix that. So it was actually kind of interesting that the solution presented itself the way it did. Yes, I was up to my elbows in code on that, and actually had I actually had written some stuff into code that solved the problem, then realized that I didn't need to write the code to do what I did. It was longer stories, but there's that. And then there's another exploit that we're working on right now that I'm sure that certain people out there know about, but I'm not going to put any voice to it. But that one is definitely a code change, and that one will probably go in without any warning because there's um, nothing of permanence involved with it. That's the only hint I'm going to give you. It's not deco related. So, yeah. Yeah, it is, right? And that's the thing about engineers, they'll go out of their way to write like 14 pages of code just because they like the way it was like, oh, this is a cool thing. And it turns out, no, you didn't need any of that. So anyway, that's about that. This could be a short stream. Usually as of late, we've been doing 3 and 4 hour streams. Right now we're at an hour and a half, and I am going to call it because if you guys can't tell, I'm losing my voice already, and I really do need to get out to the store before they close to try to get some food. So there's only so many days that you could eat microwave popcorn and consider that a meal. So. Anyway, anybody have any more questions or anything that they would like to say? Oh, okay. We actually all right. Let me see. I haven't done this in a long, long time. Um, Eat and rest. I've heard of these things. Yeah, honey, definitely honey and tea. That's a thing. Give me a second here, and we'll set up and see if we can do a raid. Preview and see where we're at. Okay. Alrighty, let's do this one. Pleasant nightmares. Thanks. Appreciate that. I think I'm gonna do this right. It's been a while since we've done a raid. Okay. All right, guys. I'll hang out a little bit on Mad Dog's stream, but I'm gonna probably drop off really soon to go get food and everything like that. So, but thanks for coming along and listening, and I hope everybody enjoys the new changes in the game, the uh, um, the fire elemental stuff like that, and please do give feedback on that. I'm really interested to hear what you think. I know that Caesarian had said some stuff about him, and I'm hoping that everybody else actually has the same type of reaction that he did, because that was the intention. So, all right, cool. See you guys soon. And all right, so I think it works. I guess that's a mature audience's stream, and I don't know if it's gonna actually do it or not. Uh, Usually I see a timer. I don't think I see a timer. Oh, there's a timer. It's up there. Okay, got it. All right, see you guys later. Bye.